Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about a big part of my 2026 goals, and that is to start doing some more self-studying. I've seen some people call it like a personal curriculum, excuse me, something along those lines. I did not go to college. I was not able to yet. I now live in a country where there's free public education, and the private education also isn't nearly as expensive in the US. So I hope that one day I could go to college, but just while I lived in the US, it was not possible. So I've decided to not let a lack of a college education or access to a college education hold me back. There is still plenty I can learn online for free, and I want to do that. So firstly, I'm going to talk about what I'm going to be studying for my first semester and my goals, my plans, etc. Let me grab my notebook that has all my notes in it. Okay, here we go. So my semesters are going to be 3 to 4 months at a time. I say 3 to 4 months just because I'm going to make a goal for each one, and so I'll finish it up when I feel ready / when I reach my goal. The first 2 subjects I'm going to be doing, my goal is to do one that's a bit more like personal subject, and then one that's a bit more of a research project. So the first 2 are going to be art history and social media marketing. Now, why I'm choosing those is because before my last class in high school was art and music history. It was a very comprehensive class. It was actually a college course that I did, but I loved it so much. We went all the way from ancient art and music all the way up to modern art and music, and I discovered new artists that I love and musicians, and it just was so good, and I crave learning about that so much, especially as I've been doing more art. I just want to know more about it, and I want to re-dive back into that. So this is going to be my artist notebook. It's just a plain thing. This is not going to be where I do my art, of course. This is just going to be where I record all of my notes. The next one, social media marketing. This is the notebook for it. Again, it's just plain. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with these papers up here, but I'm probably just going to remove them because I'm not going to be using them for anything. So for this one, I work in social media, and this one is going to be just to build more tools on working with YouTube and working with Instagram, as those are my main platforms, growing and, staying on top of trends, seeing like the behind the scenes and more of the business aspect of it. I feel like that could not only help me with my work, but also if I ever decide to work in social media for a company and stuff, that could also be really helpful just to have that in my repertoire. The end goals for each of these, so when I'm going to when I'm going to finish, so whether it determines 3 or 4 months. For art history, I'm going to continue studying. For my goal is probably 3 months, honestly. And at the end, I'm going to write 2 to 3 research papers. 1 or 2 of those is going to be about my favorite artists, diving into their histories, a little biography, talking about how their art developed, some of their most famous paintings, etc., etc. And then 1 or 2 of those is also going to be about some of my favorite paintings. I have an idea, because I have some favorite paintings, of what I want to look into, but that could change and I could discover new ones. For social media marketing, I will probably go for also 3 months, but continue what I've learned, continue applying it for longer, just because my goals for these, for social media marketing, is to become monetized on YouTube, and then to also reach a certain amount of followers on my Instagram for Safer Work. So yeah, that's the plan for both of those. I did pick up some other tools. I picked up some post-it notes that I will include, just like if there's something I extra want to learn, I'm just going to put a little post-it note in there, tape down the top, and to extra like flag it. Book quotes, etc. And then I got some little paper clips. I'm not 100% sure what these are called, but I'm just gonna clip important things. I'm also gonna clip a piece of art to each one of the front, relating to what we're doing. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with the social media one, but I'll figure it out. I might do a little doodle. So working on this, looking at my notes, I still need to write out my syllabi, for each one. I'm working with a friend right now who works in art to give me some ideas for art history, and then I'm going to start looking at like Skillshare and online college courses that are free, because fun fact, you can find a lot of free college courses. I remember when I worked on a farm, I had too much time on my hands, so I used to listen to neuroscience college courses, and I found that interesting. I might study that again at some point this year. Yes, so that is the goal. I'm building those syllabi. When I get to finishing them, I might share them with the class, with you guys. The last thing is I am pairing my art history along with the Artist's Way. I am almost 4 weeks into the Artist's Way, so almost in my first month. I have my notebooks for those here, and I'm gonna continue to pair. I want to see if I can work on maybe incorporating some of the art styles of my favorite artists or artists that I find interesting, but I just want to continue pairing these together. So those are my first 2 courses. Very like me, I already have my next 2 courses I want to do. I'm learning Spanish right now, and so I want to improve my Spanish over the next 3 or 4 months, and then really do a deep dive into it next semester. And the other course, my more practical course, is going to be math. I have always struggled with math. I have dyscalculia, but I'm going to use the heck out of Khan Academy and just look into other math resources, look into math resources for people with dyscalculia, and yeah, so that's my little plan. I am so excited. I love learning. I really want to get into my educated girl era, educated person era, and I'm really excited to start this. I don't want to doom scroll anymore. I spend too many hours on my phone looking at the horrors of the world, and while it is important to stay in touch with what's happening and be aware, it's also important that you don't let the horrors overcome you. And so I figure by educating myself, that is a good use of my time, not just continuing to scroll or waste time with other things. I still will be continuing my hobbies of like gaming and stuff like that, and I probably will take a TikTok scroll now and then. But yeah, this is my little pet project for 2026, and I'm so excited. If you want to follow along and see what I'm doing, please give a little like and subscribe. I will definitely be sharing my experiences and yeah, just kind of figuring it all out, and maybe this will encourage you to get into your educated person era. Mwah!